A candidate was writing exam and suddenly somehow made a mistake and minimized the system during the exam. I started weeping instantly. So when I walked up, I saw what she did. I started laughing. But before I laughed, I first just bring up the interface back. Yeah. Then I asked her, have you ever touched computer before? She said, that's her first time. In my head, I was like, this is your first time? She said, yes. So what are you expecting to score?
Imagine.
Yeah. And I have seen students who know the answer, but before they could touch
and figure out answer it, that's where
it's already a challenge.
Yeah.
Down here, there's a mindset about children using devices, phone, laptop, right? I've had opportunity to speak with the principal. He said, it's a no-go area. I don't want my students to touch phone. And I smiled and I said, excuse me, sir, can I ask you a question? He said, yes. I said, with this same child, right, JAMB? He said, yes. I said, okay, are you aware that JAMB is no longer written? Right? He said he's aware. I said, okay. Is there any plan in your school system that allows this child that will write JAMB and write WAEC and write NECO within a space of 3 months to start practicing? He kept.
Welcome to another episode of Bridging the Gap by Activate Media. My name is Ralu Chukuma Mizie Okoye. Today we have another special guest, and I'll always let them do the honors of introducing themselves, please.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mizie. Okay, my name is Obeche Chinedu Obeche. I'm the CEO of Global Star Tech and the founder of Naija Edu Games. In terms of private profession, I'm an industrial physicist. I write physics and I practice physics.
Oh, wow.
So, but I'm a good tech entrepreneur. I love tech and everything about tech. So we're here building the ecosystem in Oka, Anambra, and Southeast. I've always believed that something good will come out of Southeast. No doubt about it. That's who I am.
Yeah, so like we're talking about tech and then you being like a founder. I want you to kind of like hone down on what product that you have, his name, what it does, and just give us a bit of that.
Okay, I'm the founder of Naija Edu Games. Naija Edu Games is an e-tech product that solves screen time problem, boring nature. Over time, because my background is I also taught. I taught in secondary school for a couple of years. I saw challenges with students, how they learn, how they study, the challenges with what they do. Also, I own a CBT center. I run JAMB exams. So one of the things that led me to doing what we are doing with Naija Edu Games is a candidate was writing exam and suddenly somehow made a mistake and minimized the system during the exam. I started weeping instantly. So when I walked up, I saw what she did. I started laughing. But before I laughed, I first just bring up the interface back. Then I asked her, have you ever touched computer before? Said that's her first time. So in my head, I was like, this is your first time? Said yes. So what are you expecting to score?
Imagine.
Yeah. And I have seen students who know the answer, but before they could touch
and figure out answer it, that's where
it's already a challenge. So we said, no, we need to solve this. And the way to solve this is give them something that could help them practice over time before the actual exam. So build that confidence in them. When they face JAMB or they face the new WAEC CBE, they could do magic with it. So we build Naija Edu Games that helps to bridge that gap, turn boring screen time to education time. So it just helps students build speed, build accuracy, take away the boring nature of study, and the students are picking very, very fast because in summary, we simply gamified learning. That's just the summary of what we've done. We gamified learning. And one thing about gaming, you play with fun, you don't even know you're doing it. So that's what we've done.
Yeah, so that's innovative. You know that one of the fastest way I think a lot of people get to learn or to keep kind of retain knowledge is through action or practical. So I think in my own layman knowledge that it sticks when you learn through gamification, like through games and things like that. It helps for retention, unlike those of us that will read for exams just to write exams.
Yeah.
So, like, how long has this been in existence? Your product, Niger Edu
Edu
Games.
Games.
Yes.
Well, we started in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, but first we pivoted from something, but we became more committed in 2024. That's when we now launched the first product. But first time we launched it was around 2023.
Okay.
So after a while, we abandoned it. Yeah, I personally abandoned it, right? Because I was at that time too, I own a manufacturing company. I also do refined vegetable oil. I'm the owner of Better Oil. So I was more focused on the manufacturing aspect. But then I pivoted back to tech. So I picked it up. So by 2024, we started pushing it again. Because another way we do the pushing is we run competitions. That's when I discovered that competition helps students learn faster.
Yeah. Okay.
So we run competitions. We have students compete among themselves for a real prize this time around. So with that gamified competition, students just went madly in love with it.
Yeah.
So from 2024 to this is 2026, we've been on it, we've been refining the products, adding new features. But this year, we now focused more. We felt we've built enough. It's something usable now. So our focus this year is now distribution.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting people to use it.
Getting more on the platform.
Yeah. And I this year I discovered it was actually an error. That I was busy building features that I was not sure
that people
would need.
Because the users are supposed to tell you these are the features that we want based on usage and feedback, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I just learned that. I said, okay, no more features. Let's not get in there. Yeah. Let them tell us. Okay. We don't want this one. Remove it.
Good. So which brings me to my next question, right? Which is like, so far, how many users do you guys have in your platform in terms of total number of users or probably like monthly users?
Okay. Overall, we've gotten about 2,500 users, and out of those 2,500 users, we have about 2,000 paid users. Okay. One of our biggest is last week Friday, we had in one day 120 downloads. Wow. And paid. That's like the biggest we've had since we started, without any form of publicity or anything. Yeah. So it was our big hit, so to say, even though it's not there, but it's something to say.
So keep to contribute.
Yeah, people are beginning to see this. Wow, lovely. Since that time, we have yesterday, the joy we had yesterday was we discovered that not VPN now, real. Two persons in UK downloaded the app and were using it. Yeah. Then when we checked again, we discovered one person in Niger was using the app. So I queried the back end. I said, no, go back again. Let's check this thing again. Is it real? They said, yes. Check if it is VPN. We're in the era of VPN. Yeah. They said no. No VPN. So I asked them to send a mail to the person to give us a review. The person reviewed it, and unfortunately, we discovered he's a PhD holder. Oh, okay. So that review words that as long as he's consigned, this is one of the best educational products available in the market, in Nigerian market right now. Yeah. So that review alone became a confirmation that this is not a fluke. So in overall, daily, users are dropping daily now. Yeah. Unlike last year where we are not doing anything so much. Yeah, but
like that.
About
and
2.5
and it's only going to increase, going forward.
Yeah,
that's good to know. So now let's still staying on the users. Now the next question within that bracket is, who was it made for?
Very good question. It's meant for students in secondary school from JSS1 to SS3. It's meant for parents who want to see their children become more productive with their screen time. It's meant for school owners and administrators of schools who want to see overall teaching method in their school improved. Why I said it meant for school owners is we brought in an aspect of it. I needed to take time to study about it. And it's called the Bloom Taxonomy System of Education. It's just America that owns that. So what they do is they subject students to learn by topic, which is not what we do here. What we do here is we teach you everything and ask you everything. So you cram everything and you pass. When you have 80, we celebrate you like you won World Cup. But nobody's asking a silent question. That 20% failure, where did it come from?
It could be in one area.
You get it?
Yeah.
So a child does 80, he's fine, right? but there's a topic he struggled with that cost him that 20%. What if we reverse engineer? Get to tell you by topic. For instance, in mathematics, you learn quadratic equation, or a teacher finished teaching you quadratic equation. You practice questions across the years on quadratic equation alone. The teacher gets to see your feedback, knows, okay, you've gotten this topic, we'll move on. Or, no, this child is struggling here. Find another method of teaching him. Over time, when you now bring the general question, once you ask that child a question, he already knows where the topic is coming from, because it's instant gamification. So for schools, what we do with schools is we give them a back end where every teacher is trained. After you finish teaching a topic, set the questions on the school's dashboard. As the kids are over the weekend, they go ahead and practice. And the teacher gets to see. So it's for school owners. Then it's for people who felt that there needs to be change in the education system of Nigeria, for organizations who conduct scholarship exams, not just giving scholarship. You need to have something that gives you real metrics, real feedback. I'm spending money on these children. How do I get to know, apart from the result that they give? Can I have a system that I want to test what they are doing actually? So you set questions, get people set questions. As an organization doing scholarship funding for people, they go in there, they answer the questions. You see the real matrix that actually my money is not a waste. So it's for organizations, it's for schools, it's for parents, it's for students, it's for those preparing both internal and external examinations.
So have you heard about the Pivot? If you haven't, I'll tell you. The Pivot is a free, high-impact event scheduled to hold every year here in the Southeast. This initiative is designed to create a marketplace of opportunities for entrepreneurs to learn, meet, and grow. This year, the Pivot would be announced at some point, and I would like you all to stay tuned to that announcement. In the meantime, follow the Pivot at the Pivot NG. That is the Pivot NG here on the screen below. Thank you very much. So far, what would you say are your challenges? Have been, so challenges from two perspectives. Challenges from an entrepreneur in general. You're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, you're all the above. Also a social entrepreneur too, I should add. But then what are the challenges as that? I know there will be a lot in terms of, but then where I want to also anchor it to is within the Anambra and Southeastern ecosystem, tech ecosystem. Yeah.
Oh, wow. This is serious. And I'm going to be played about it. One of the days we were talking, and I said, if the product we have now that's in Lagos would have done far, far more than we're doing. So number one challenge is down here, there's a mindset about children using devices, phone, laptop, right? I've had opportunity to speak with the principal. He said, it's a no-go area. I don't want my students to touch phone. And I smiled and I said, excuse me, sir, can I ask you a question? He said, yes. I said, with this same child, right, JAMB? He said, yes. I said, okay, are you aware that JAMB is no longer written? Right? He said he's aware. I said, okay. Is there any plan in your school system that allows this child that will write JAMB and write WAEC and write NICO within a space of 3 months to start practicing? He kept quiet. I said, that's where the error is. That mindset, the word has gone,
that's left you behind.
It's gone way past that. So insisting on that is like saying, don't grow, right? Children are doing mighty things with phones. The only thing you need to do is, as a parent, as a school owner, what are the control measures? How do you control it? And that's why we came. We said, look, before now they press phone, they're on TikTok, they're anywhere, right? And the truth is you can't stop it.
You can't.
You can't stop it. So let's not mistake about it, right? But we can put in something that replaces what they have been used to. So it's a challenge, mindset number one. Then the second challenge in terms of the Southeast ecosystem is the lack of visibility. It's a problem. Thank God for what you're doing. Seriously, mind-blowing. I appreciate this initiative, right? Where you've taken a bold step. Not quite a lot of hubs are doing that. Now, that visibility, you're building, but you are invisible. Nobody knows what you're building. In fact, nobody even knows your existence. Right? So that visibility, the Southeast ecosystem seems to be hidden somewhat. I don't know how, but I think, to my knowledge, it's because we are not ever associated with tech.
Yeah.
were associated with
Commerce.
trading and commerce.
Yeah.
So when we are now trying to come out in tech, that mindset that, okay, these are traders now. What's up now? What's going on?
It's always bring me to that whole. So I think like like an emerging ecosystem.
Exactly.
So I will not even call it hidden, because hidden is that we've been doing so many things and then nobody knows all the amazingness. I will not say it's been that far, because you just made that step. We've still been that commerce trade driven type people, but then there's still that tech and stuff underneath. The biggest issue that I think we have had is infrastructure. So when we grow good tech talent here, they get to relocate somewhere else, and then we start lacking that a lot here.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it is. So I think at this point in time, we're now emerging. More people are doing tech and staying back. More people are coming from elsewhere to stay here doing tech. So I think a little bit more of retaining the tech experts within would help us to get to where we're supposed to get to. But I'm hoping that also clashes with the commerce. So there is a proper alignment between what we are known for and tech being the modern day world, bringing that innate cultural aspect of us and business, or us and our way of work or life or something. I don't know the best words to use, but if you get my point, I'm trying to say bring our old way, something that is us, bring in the tech, something that is also us, right? And then fuse that really together and see where that takes us.
I need to add that that's also a very important point that you just made, because we had something called point of sale, right? That help businesses to list in their product. You won't believe that we got one person to sign up to that, and he refused. He said, and we asked him why. He said they will steal his money.
That mindset still exists.
So it's that raw mindset. It's in them. It's in him. So I challenged a principal. Let me say that you're asking part of the challenges. I have to challenge a principal now. He said their school is in the rural area. I said, what do you mean, ma? He said, we are in the village. I said, okay. Do your student write WAEC? He said, yes. Do your student write JAM? He said, yes. Do they write NECO? He said, yes. No. Wait, do they go abroad? He said, yes. I said, okay. When they set WAEC, do they put village school questions and put urban school questions? He said, no. I said, now you have your answer. So the only thing that we've shielded them and we keep pushing that narrative ourselves. No, we have to come out of that narrative. I didn't talk about funding as part of the challenge, because I know if we have the right, another thing that I think is a challenge in this ecosystem is the lack of collaboration.
Which brings me to my next question, but you can just continue it at once, because I was going to ask what your thoughts on collaborations are, and then within that and your own space, who do you see within the ecosystem that you could foster those kind of collaborations that take you to the next level?
Now, for a start, I'm already collaborating with you.
Yeah.
This is part of visibility, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people are going to see this podcast. It's the collaboration, it's the visibility, right? And just yesterday, we signed partnership with EduZone by Angel and the co-founder Tony. What the EduZone does is tutorial, right? Home lessons, and they have built an amazing application. So I said, okay, let's bring you guys into what we're doing. So the idea now is you have EduZone that teaches private lesson to students. We have the gamified application across all subjects. Now a child gets to play. He plays, fails, means he doesn't know that topic, right? He goes down to EduZone, sign up to a teacher.
And then gets trained.
Trained, learn, come back again and play. Answer, correct. Second question, correct. You've solved retention and learning. So the child learns, the child practices. It has already hooked in.
I see the blend.
So that's part of the collaboration. And it was a sweet thing for me, because I love what EduZone was doing. You know what? EduZone said one of their challenges that they did their pool and they asked both students and teachers, what next do we do? They said we need a gamified system. So when she now got to know about what we've built, she said, this is what my students are requesting for. So we just did exchange. and amazing. We hit it.
More users.
More users,
Across
right?
both.
Across both.
Yeah.
We push her, she pushes.
Yeah.
That's the collaboration. That's the synergy we're talking about.
Exactly that. So where does the government come in now?
Yeah. Two areas majorly.
Yeah.
Not to compare, right? But I feel our government will need to do far, far more. Earlier we're having the conversation. And that is beyond money, beyond funding. You need to show interest, right? I will make reference to this. I had a question with someone recently, and I said, tell me one or two or three startups that had backing that you could say that's of Southeast origin. And when you trace, you could see the hand of government in them.
I don't start, no, zero.
Do you get? So we feel this time, they will say, is it not when you start building that people will get it? Oh, no, we've been there. We've been building. We've approached them severally. And sometimes, kudos, right? Kudos to where kudos is due. They are doing a lot. They are doing a lot.
The government has the interest in it, no doubt. I don't know.
So for us, where we see government coming in for us now is a stage where we now, let me take Anambra. Anambra is doing scholarship, right? Well, students are on scholarship. So the government gets to pay the school fees across board. But we want to say no. You need to qualify. Not that they gave you scholarship, you went home and you started sleeping, right? Let's have something that shows and say, okay, every student, you have 5 subjects, score at least.
To keep your level of scholarship.
I tell you.
I mean, it's a good idea, but it's just this whole universal basic education mindset of no matter where the child is coming from, what kind of home, there's still access to education for that child. So when the parents can't afford it, right? So I think it is the goal or purpose behind the initiative as opposed to it being like the old days where free education used to be mostly for the most serious, those ones who even go all the way to university, free education because, you're a job. But I think maybe on a university perspective, right? Maybe from what you're saying, I would say from a university perspective, because government can step in and say going into a federal university at the barest minimum, right?
Yeah.
These are the number of students we take in scholarship. So now you have something that the free education you're doing in the, your primary and secondary, right? If it's building you up to ensure that you get scholarship to university, maybe that works in that.
But you have to start from somewhere.
I agree, but I think that there's more that can be done tech-wise in terms of more support. For the things that are going on. 2026 has started a little bit quiet, but I think there's still noise. We're at an event already, 4th wave event. Last week. So I guess there's more to come this year. But then what are the opportunities you see? Like, we're coming to, the hot point of 2026 and...
There is a lot of opportunities. A lot. Southeast, like you said, is an emerging market.
Yeah.
And when it's an emerging market, it means it's ready for investment. Those who come in now are going to join in the wave.
Yeah.
Lagos has been built, it's saturated. Abuja is built, it's saturated. Port Harcourt is built. But there's an emerging ecosystem in the Southeast. And it's going to ride a lot of waves. And I'll tell you why. Our people are resilient people. And when we get into something, we get in with full force. So any investor out there that is not looking the way of Southeast will be taken out. But it's an emerging market that is booming. The opportunities are there, right? We have the guys that are doing the tablet, the miners. A lot is happening. A lot is happening within the ecosystem. So it's also an opportunity for investors coming, see where we can play in, right? Everywhere, funding is an issue, right?
Yeah.
But if you come in, there are guys that once the fund gets to them, they blow up instantly. So as in terms of opportunity, it's here. I was saying somebody, I said, e-commerce will also work here.
That's where the tech and market comes in. It's just e-commerce.
E-commerce e-commerce will work
But
here.
our people, I think the issue with the e-commerce now, and I have to call it out, is that when our people, manufacturers like yourself, and you produce a certain number of products, and your suppliers come in your warehouse and packs up everything that you have produced, you don't care that you can produce more and serve more people, because that the money that they put in your pocket is enough for you and your family. It tends to make them, content to a certain level. And then is that e-commerce growth, because the more money that they have is the more opportunities that they create for the common man.
Exactly.
So for me, I feel if you feel you're content when you can do more, you're not like, please, no. We are in a modern age. We have technology to make you produce 10 times the number that you're contented with to sell across the world with e-commerce.
Exactly.
I don't know if you get my point.
Very well.
But you see that issue of not wanting to switch in. So I think before we even talk about tech with commerce in the state, it's corporate. There has to be a corporate angle to corporatize these businesses.
Very well.
In terms of corporate governance, corporate structure, all of that whole. And then when tech comes in, there is a process and order. ISOs needs to be done. There are big companies. There are people that make billions without ISOs.
Very well.
So many people.
Very well. A lot of that.
So the lack of opportunity, that is where the corporate and the trade hasn't married yet in the States. And I would say that we have so much opportunity when we are able to educate our business owners and then join that, because if it's funding, they already have all that funding too. There's talent that we keep saying we're losing to other places. Those are talent that we could retain based on the job that we could create if they decide to expand and also make more money.
Exactly.
Yeah, so please, I hope somebody listens to this thing, because it's an important message, a very important message. But before we sign out, I would like you to have like something we do. It's called a quick pitch, right? So you just talk about Niger Edu Games, 30 to 60 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Niger Edu Games is a gamified e-tech platform that converts boring time to study time. It helps children to study better and pass both internal and external examination. Also in Niger Edu Games, you could learn digital skills like software techs, any tech activity you also want to learn, get private tutors. Niger Edu Games is already buzzing, and if you've not downloaded it, simply just get to Play Store, search for Niger Edu Games, and then activate it. You will love it. Both for students and non-students, that's what we call the current affairs, where you can learn about any state in a gamified manner. So the history of any state you want to know is on Niger Edu Games. Just click Niger Edu Games, hit current affairs. You can learn about a state. Any state that wants Niger Edu Games, we are ready to expand. Any investor who is willing to take e-tech in Southeast to the world, we are open for conversation.
You've heard him. So just to add on that, we've also launched our no-code school by Activate Hub, where we're taking our physical classes online. So you can learn at Activate Hub from anywhere in the world. It's called Activate No-Code School. And then the website would also be written below. So thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
It's been amazing to have you here. And we keep getting inspired by the stories that we hear here on Bridging the Gap. And hopefully we keep trying to bridge that gap in skills, the skill gap.
Yeah.
Also try to bridge the gap in access to mentorship, professional networks, and all of that. And then also bridge the gap to people getting more employment and being more enterprising on their own in terms of entrepreneurship and just usefulness and productivity to society.
Very well.
If that makes sense.
It's important.
So thank
very
you
important.
very much for all that you do and for gracing us with your presence today.
Thank you, sir.
Wish you the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.